ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಭೂಮಾನಂದ ಮಹೋದಯ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ನಿರ್ವಿಶೇಷಾನಂದ ಮಹೋದಯ, ಮಾ ಗುರುಪ್ರಿಯಾ ಮಹೋದಯೇ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ನಮಃ ಸರ್ವೇಭ್ಯಃ. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak at the auspicious Global Bhagavad Gita Convention. Surasa subodha vishvamanognya lalita hritya ramaniya amritavani samskrita bhasha naiva klishta na cha kathina naiva klishta na cha kathina. This is a song composed in the same beautiful language which is also the language of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, that is Sanskrit or Samskritam. And the song communicates that this language is not difficult. Naiva klishta nacha katina. Knowing this language is powerful. We can relish both equally the beauty of Gita in Sanskrit and Sanskrit in Gita. The song goes on talking about Gita and the mellifluous language in which it is composed. Kurukshetra samarangana Gita Vishwavandita Bhagavad Gita Amrita Madhura Karma Deepika Naiva Klishta na cha kathina Naiva Klishta na cha kathina. Growing up in India, I learnt my mother tongue and also English, but never learnt Sanskrit. I became busy getting an engineering degree, chasing a career, and as a mother of 2 children. Much later in my life, I got an opportunity to attend classes conducted through an organization called Samskrita Bharati. This is an organization that promotes learning Sanskritam in an interactive, fun, immersive and engaging environment. Samskrita Bharati has chapters throughout the world and has programs for all the ages. Here I learnt Sanskritam and have been conducting workshops and teaching Gita Sophanam classes. Gita Sophanam is a step-by-step course to achieve 2 goals: to learn Sanskrit through Gita and Gita through Sanskrit. Let me tell you the story of Gita in simple Sanskrit. Bhishma Pitamahasya Pautraha Pancha Pandavaha Asan. 5 Pandavas. Kauravaha Shatam 100. Sambandhinaha relatives. Parantu Rajyasya Karanena Dvayor Madhye Yuddham Var Bhavati. Kurukshetre Arjunaha Tasya Bandhavan Pashyati. Sees his relatives. Vadati aham yuddham na karomi iti. Tada Shri Krishna Bhagavad Gitam bodhayati. Shri Krishna preaches Gita. Arjunasya Atma Vishwasasya confidence vardhanam bhavati. Yuddham karoti vijayam prapnoti. Wins the war. I hope you were able to understand the gist of the story. By reading the original text, we will learn the language, its grammar, alongside understanding Gita, and also experience the poetic charms like the rasaha, sentiment, bhavaha, emotion, and alankaraha, figure of speech, embedded in Gita. I want to take a verse and show you how it is possible to learn a language in a simple way, just like a child learning her language in a natural way through her mother. This is a verse from chapter 6. Sarvabhutasthamaatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Now, I want to demonstrate this by using simple objects. Okay? The object I am going to take is a stone. Ashma in Sanskrit. Ashma. Ashma asti. Ashma is there. Ashmanam pashyami. I am seeing the stone. So Ashma, the second pattern became Ashmanam. Now, Ashmani, mineral asti. Mineral in the stone. So you saw three patterns. Ashma, Ashmanam, Ashmani. Okay. Now, going to the verse. Atma. What does stone have to do with Atma? The idea is to use the simple objects to learn the language concepts. Ashma, the same pattern is Atma. Yoga yuktatma. Asti. Yoga yuktatma. Atmanam ikshate. Ikshate is to see. Now, Atma became Atmanam. Next pattern, similar. Atmani ikshate. Yoga yuktatma. Atmani ikshate. So we saw the same three patterns as we saw for Ashma. Atma, Atmanam, Atmani. To summarize this verse, Yogi perceives the Atma as abiding in all the beings and all the beings as dwelling in the Atma. Secondly, coming to the bhava part, the emotional part of Gita itself, when Arjuna saw that he has to fight with his own kith and kin. Chapter 1. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacharajyam sukhani cha kim no rajyena govinda kim bhogair jivitena va kim bhogair jivitena va. Knowing the language is so powerful. The shoka or the sorrow of Arjuna is the bhava, the emotion that can be felt much deeper when we know the language that it is written in. Continuing on the bhava part, when Arjuna says, I will not fight the battle, Shri Krishna with a smile says in chapter 2, Ashocyananmashochastvam pragyavadamscha bhashase gatasu nagatasumscha nanu shochanti pandita Nanushojanti pandita. He says, you are grieving for those who should not be grieved for at all. The courage given by Krishna is the bhava which is so beautifully articulated here. Thirdly, we will see another one where there is poetic charm, the excellence of language, and systematically the words are arranged. Chapter 5. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrinvan sprishan jighran ashnan gachan swapan shvasan. Look at how Vyasa, the poet who wrote this, describes how a real yogi will think, I am not the one doing the activities such as seeing, pashyan, shrinvan, hearing, sprishan, touching, jigran, smelling, and it continues in the next verse and so on. Fourthly, I want to show you the alankara, the figure of speech part of the beauty by taking a verse from chapter 11. Here, Arjuna sees the cosmic form, the Vishwarupa Darshana of Shri Krishna, and then says, Yatha pradiptam jalanam patangaha Vishanti nashaya samruddha vegaha Tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokaha Tavapi vaktrani samruddha vegaha The great poet Vyasa describes the journey of the warriors into the mouth of the death in two distinct similes. The way the rivers flow into the ocean in verse 28 and the way the moths fly into the fire in verse 29. I have walked you through a few examples of how learning the language and experiencing the poetic charm, bhava, alankara, and so on can go hand in hand in this journey of learning through Gita and Sanskrit. I see a revival of interest in Sanskrit around the world, especially among the youth. They want to go to the roots and understand deeply. I closely follow two Sanskrit YouTube channels run by youth. The Sanskrit channel and the Spoken Sanskrit series. This young man from Spoken Sanskrit series has given a TED talk about the beauty that is Sanskrit, which I highly recommend. We have an opportunity to learn Gita through the original language in the words of the great Vyasa. I invite all of you to learn Sanskrit and relish the beauty of Gita. If I can do it, you can do it too. Jayatu Samskrita Mata, Jayatu Bhagavad Gita. Dhanyavadaha.